BizFocus, feeling China's economic pulse. We are right here in the city of Yiwu in China's eastern province of Zhejiang. This is the city dubbed as the capital of China's small commodities, also offers a window into the state of China's foreign trade. But before we get into Yiwu, I want to show you a story of a container truck driver in Shanghai.
At this parking lot in Shanghai suburb, we met driver Zhang Liming.
哎，师傅你好，你是要去干活吗？
对，干活去啊。
干什么活？
就是集装箱运输嘛。
Zhang just received the order to send an empty container to load cargo at a factory in the nearby city of Changshu. We got a permission to interview him on his way from the parking lot to the container yard.
他们不是说那个集装箱空箱说没有单子做吗？你自己发现有这样的情况吗？
也有，今年是行情不太好，但是最近2个月还差不多。本身过完年单子就少，加上今年可能特殊情况，而且没活，那每个礼拜就是干2天3天就这样。
最近2个月差不多是回到了什么样的情况呢？什么样的水平呢？
回到差不多去年那个水平吧，就是每个礼拜能干个5、6天，比疫情前还是差了一点，但是已经好多了。
Zhang told me he has been talking to other container truck drivers. Most of them are facing the same situation.
也有坚持不下来的改行的。
On our expressway to the shipping yard, we were seeing a lot of container trucks lining up on our opposite way, meaning they are leaving Shanghai's port district, either sending empty containers to load export goods at factories or sending imports to the warehouses. But how is the bigger picture? We visited Shanghai's Customs Bureau.
Shanghai's foreign trade performance in the first quarter has been quite good. Exports including NEV vehicles, lithium-ion battery, and a solar battery performed extremely well.
Well, since the end of last year, there have been media reports saying there's an increasing number of empty containers at China's ports, triggering speculation that China's foreign trade slowed. I talked to some market analysts, and they're saying there are 2 major reasons behind the increasing number of empty containers. One is the sluggish demand from American and European markets, and the second is the excessive production of containers in the year of 2021. But according to what we saw at Shanghai's ports, the situation is improving. I also have some figures to prove my observation. Well, if we take a look at Shanghai's exports figure in the first quarter, it dropped by 1.4%. It's a decline, but that was a smaller drop compared with the period between January and February. And here I also have something to clarify. The April figure also came out, but we know Shanghai was in close of management last April. So the April export figure was quite good, but that was compared from a relatively low base, so we are not using the April figure here. But what I'm sure is that the exports figure will continue to climb. Here in Yiwu, for example, we arrived here in Yiwu on Friday, and I can tell you almost half of the people staying in the hotel we stayed are actually foreigners, and their destination is actually the trade market behind me. I talked to some foreign buyers here. Take a look. To understand China's exports, you have to make sense of Yiwu first. The city is home to the biggest wholesale market in the world, a shopping paradise covering a total area of more than 4 million square meters. Today is Saturday. Though it's weekend, we are seeing a lot of expats flocking to the market. They are wandering around, looking at the products and negotiating the prices. It's obvious that hustle and bustle has returned. Where you come from?
From Bosnia.
Colombia.
From Algeria.
India.
Libya.
Lebanon.
What kind of products you are looking for?
For products for school.
For kitchen tools.
Office supply. Stationery products.
For toys.
For toys?
Yeah.
How many products you are looking to buy this time?
I don't know, 1 container, but I will see.
100 to 200 items.
Maybe 10.
10 containers?
Yes.
The return of foreign buyers has already raised the spirits of vendors.
比如的话，以前可能没怎么见到客人啊，就老外的客人。现在的话，基本上，一天的话4、5波啊，这样子，可能同时会在进来。
To welcome foreign buyers back to the market, vendors are even rushing out new products to attract as many orders as possible, like these beads used for jewelry making.
这个就是七彩棒棒糖系列的，这个就是他们还可以表面做那种 绘的不同的图案，就国外的老外他比较喜欢 DIY 嘛，就是比较偏向于南美那个巴西啊，然后意大利啊，还有那个巴基斯坦，还有那些地方的客户会稍微多一点。
那现在比如说你们这个订单有没有比如说排满了，还是说怎么样？
基本上排满了。
今年排满了。
对。
Exports are only expected to continue climbing here in Yiwu. Local authorities say the number of foreign residents stood at 15,000 before the pandemic, a figure cut in half over the past few years. Now the population has recovered to 12,000, 80% of the pre-pandemic figures.
Well, now for more, I'm very glad to be joined by one of the vendors in Yiwu, Aibing, who sells hardware tools here at the market. So you told me earlier the demand from the European market actually has been quite sluggish. So when did the sluggish performance start?
They ordered from our Europe customers have decreased from 2018. And at the beginning of 2020, the coronavirus broke out. It makes the situation seriously, and the decline of demand was more obvious, and such as France, Greece, Slovakia, and other European countries.
I was at the market during the weekend. Actually, I was seeing a lot of foreign nationals back to the market. So how is the business right now?
Now the business is better because at the beginning of this year, China is open and the EU is open, and many customers can come to China, come to our market, and we have more opportunities to meet more customers. So our business is recovering gradually.
But how about other vendors here in Yiwu? Are they facing the same situation?
Yes, in the past 3 years, all the suppliers here have been affected greatly by the epidemic, and the order volume also decreased a lot. But now China is open, and also the government give us lots of help, and also the suppliers in the market make a lot of efforts. We all believe that, and our business will become better and better.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Aibing, for your time. Well, as Aibing mentioned, the vendors' confidence is picking up, and we know more foreign buyers are back to the Yiwu trade market, which means their confidence is picking up too. And that also means China still remains a major investment destination to them. Back to you, Junfeng.